Question, the member from Kitchener-Conestoga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Consumer Services. Mr. Speaker, the World Cup is here and in South Africa for the first time on that continent. Many of us are huge soccer fans. In the last month, I've been in Richmond Hill, Windsor, London, upcoming in Peterborough with my son, who's a keeper for the boys under 12. They've won 3 tournaments this month for Kitchener Spirit. Speaking of spirits, Mr. Speaker, the City of Kitchener passed a resolution in Council regarding the request for licensed establishments to extend their liquor serving hours by 1 hour during the World Cup. In the spirit of the World Cup, bar and restaurant owners in my riding of Kitchener-Conestoga have asked to extend their serving hours to attract more World Cup fans. Can the Minister advise the House what she's doing to address this issue?
Good question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to tell this House that on Sunday, yesterday, at Ace's Family Restaurant in Hamilton, I announced that Ontario will allow licensed bars and restaurants to serve alcohol an hour earlier during the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Ontario is one of the most diverse multicultural communities in the world, and our government recognizes the significance of the World Cup to many cultural groups in the province. That's why it's making this special exemption to the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario's policy on extending bar and restaurant hours. The games are being televised from South Africa, which represents a 6-hour time difference within Ontario. Some games will start as early as 7:30, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There'll be great support for all 32 qualifying countries right here in Ontario, and it's a great opportunity for businesses to generate further revenue, such as the Edelweiss Tavern, Lauren and Jason Miller, Bob McMillan of the Heidelberg, and my riding of Kitchener-Conestoga. But Speaker, my first concern as a soccer mom, as a former coach, has always been the safety of my sons, their teammates, and of all the youth in Ontario. I'd like to know how the government will address concerns that some may have around safety in the province by promoting the consumption of alcohol.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and that's a very important question. Our government understands the need for social responsibility with relation to the service of alcohol. With this extension, we have balanced the requests from businesses and World Cup fans while understanding the need to maintain appropriate standards for the responsible service of alcohol. During the extended period, municipalities will be responsible for enforcing the Liquor License Act. But, Mr. Speaker, municipalities do have a choice. They have 2 options. One, they can decide to participate in allowing local establishments to serve an hour earlier, or the other option is to opt out in writing by sending a letter to the Registrar of Alcohol and Gaming. But it's an exciting time in Ontario. We're really glad that the World Cup is here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member from Halton.